because we're talking about spirituality and life, like how were you before you got into spirituality? When did you start with spirituality and
Mm.
why do you now do what you do?
Okay. This has been a part of my life since before I was born. Let me just start with that. I don't know that I've ever felt separation from spirit, at least not in a way that made it feel new when finding more of it. Um, and I was a person in my childhood and teenage years whom others really thought was a spiritual person, even before I understood what that might mean. I did. I was raised in a very Christian household growing up, so there was always this form of spirituality in religion. Um, but I also started off at 5 years old going to an evangelistical service where Holy Spirit energy was really powerful and a lot of healings and miracles happened. It wasn't so large scale that it was a mega church doing everything on television where things were made up in order for TV to look good. These were things that were actually really happening for people. So, my understanding of healing, miracles, um, this capacity for something to change very, very rapidly and be real was never something I didn't believe in. I always believed in it because I was witnessing these things from a young age. So I also thought that if this was what happened when I went to a service or to church, that it could happen anytime, anywhere. And it was always moving through. Um, and that's because at 5, when I went to this first evangelistical service, I had no idea what Jesus meant as a person or as a figure or a symbol within the religion for the context of the religion. I just felt the energy and it was so powerful. It was just pure vibration and love, and that completely it flooded my entire system. And I remember it so clearly, and for days having this high afterwards and just feeling so alive from this shift in the vibration and the power of it. So I think that stuck with me. And even after I stopped going to church and just became more independent and curious about things for myself, that feeling, that very, very tangible, embodied feeling of an energy that was representing spirit, God, Holy Spirit, source, light, and everything that has the capacity to move us was at the root of everything. So, from way before inner dance, my journey was in relating to this feeling of spirit and its capacity to move energy through us, with us, and in our lives, and how to incorporate that within greater understandings around consciousness. So that's something I also started to talk about even in my teen years and definitely in my university years. So when I was in university, a lot of conversations would eventually in like late night talks um, after a party or something turn into a very philosophical dialogue on connections between science and spirituality, and noticing just how immersed people became within the feeling and the texture of what we were speaking about rather than just having a conversation. There was this dialogic emergence that was already happening. So when it came to understanding that in a very experiential way, I had a strong foundation in it that also helped a lot when moving into the bigger context of working with a group of people before an inner dance session or in a training process or an energy school.